Big Z Reviews. The Rookie is a cop show, set in LA that just recently finished its second season. And it is a pretty good show, despite sometimes being overly dramatic.
You're about to hit the street with a loaded handgun and no idea what happens next.
Unicorn! He's laughing at me!
I can handle unicorns, all right? This is what we train for.
Go get him, boo.
Do you think this is a joke?
No, ma'am. I'm here to work and I won't let you down.
I don't like you, Officer Nolan. I hate what you represent. A walking midlife crisis. And that will get my people killed.
So the main star of the show is Nathan Fillion. And, he plays John Nolan. And he's, he's an older person. The whole idea of the show is that this older guy that had a change in life, that got divorced, and the wife was cheating on him, and wants to become a cop, instead of whatever he's done before. And now he's a rookie, but he looks like he should be a detective or something. And he's with his other series of rookies, like Alyssa Diaz and Titan Malcolm Jr. And they have their main people that are training him. They're going on the rides with each have ones. Melissa O'Neill and Eric Winter, Lucy Chen, Tim Bradford, and it's a pretty decent show. I mean, of course, sometimes they get overly dramatic, and somehow all these crazy events always happen to include the rookies, But it's a show. It is what it is. And I know there's some stuff the end of the second season was oh, come on. They had to do a thing one of the characters turns out to be a bad guy that's informing everyone. And they say that, the twist at the end where he's trying to put all the blame on Nathan Fillion. What are they gonna do now? And I was oh, come on. That doesn't make sense. That wouldn't work because, that's how they do the cliffhanger before the third season. And, as a whole, it is a pretty fun show, I mean, but it's tough talking about it now with all that's going on in the world. I think that right now, as I film this, is the second or third week of protests after George Floyd was murdered, on video. And that was such a tough video to watch because, I mean, there have been other murders on videos, but something about this one where the cop so nonchalantly just is murdering this guy with his knee on his neck for 9 minutes. And the guy's just underneath just begging for his life. And the cop's just I'm murdering this guy. He shouldn't have his life because he used a counterfeit $20 bill and he's black. I'm gonna murder him. And it's and the people watching trying to, and the other cops are helping, the one cop is don't do drugs, kids. This is what happens if you do drugs. But it's because also because we're perhaps reaching the end of quarantine, and people have been stuck in home, and there's been ready for chaos and ready for to see this and just try to get change. But then we have with Trump in power, I don't see how this is going to end, because I mean, even if they try to make some new law to try to change things, Trump would never sign it. And then the whole thing with Trump crossing the White House to go and tear gassing people and clearing the field so he can go and hold up a Bible in front of a church, and someone asked him, "Is that your Bible?" "It's a Bible." I don't see how this is going to end right now. I mean, this has always been bad, and the protests eventually just kind of simmer down. They eventually go away. But with the temper so high, and with the world like it is right now, I don't see how this is going to end. If anyone else is in power, maybe you see something happen. But with Trump, I'm not sure how this is going to end. And it's tough because I'm a white male. I have no stake in it. I mean, I literally have had no face-to-face, person-to-person interactions with the cop, other than to nod at them and have them nod at me back. The only other secondhand interaction I've had is so unlike what black people deal with in America. Because I mean, a couple of years before my dad passed, like he wanted to drop off the taxes, and he had me he was gonna like in downtown, like there's no parking. It's a small town, but parking absolutely sucks downtown. So in the state house, he wanted me to, drop him off and then, wait for him while he ran in to pay his taxes. And there's the building is like, there's a road that, like, kind of like a back road, like between that and the Bullfrog Brewery. And it doesn't get used often, but that's where I was waiting because I didn't want to like wait on the main street. And they, like, right as my dad was coming out, someone came up behind me, which happened to be a cop. And he, like, flashed his lights at me to move. And, of course, I was already moving, but right that then happened, my dad was coming out. So I was like, I was going to circle around the block if anyone came behind me. But now my dad is there. So I kind of pull up out of the way so the cop can get by, but also so my dad can get in. And as my dad's getting ready to get in, the cop rolls down his window and yells at him, "You can't park here!" And my dad just goes off on him. He's like, he yells at him, "I just paid your fucking wages." And he shakes his tax receipt at him. And I think he may even flipped him off. And that was the end of the interaction. He got in the car and we drove off. And the cop said, "Yes, okay, yeah, a white man that just paid his taxes, I guess he can yell at me, 'I just paid your fucking wage, and I won't do anything about it.'" And that's the end of the interaction. But, like, that's just so unlike the experiences that black people have in America. And they have to be scared, if a traffic stop, the cop may kill them. And I have never felt that. And so it's tough to talk about or do anything about it, but, it is what it is. And I think the Rookie, it kind of glorifies violence at times. Like, there is a lot of police killing. Like, the police, I mean, sometimes they do it where they even though in the real world they would definitely shoot the people, but sometimes they don't. But a decent amount of time, this glorifying these police officers, killing people. I mean, it's not like a bad killing. They're always justified in the show. But, like, I think, if there's probably going to be a third season, and it's going to be awkward. Like, are they going to have to do a show about, the riots, about what's going on now, and how they handle it? Like, I don't know. But The Rookie itself is a good show, but it's tough watching or talking about cop shows when there's so many cop shows that kind of glorify them. But the actual reality is that a lot of cops are racist. And it's so tough to get anything. I mean, when the cops murder people, it's so tough to have anything happen to them. Like, I know with George Floyd, I mean, they arrested him, and they arrested the people that helped him, but the cops that were with him. But, I mean, so often, like, a couple months or a couple years down the line, they'll just silently try to say, "Oh, he didn't do anything, he's innocent." And then if he could go to a different state and be a cop again, and because there's no database for cops murdering people, and, like, so they if they get fired from their job, they go to a different state and become a cop again. Instead of, like, if they were a person, they would be in jail. If they weren't a cop, they would be in jail for stuff they do. And it's just tough to talk about. It's tough to watch. It's just, we went from watching on the news all stuff about COVID-19, and now it's just all the riots and all the horrible police brutality, and the riots is like the protests. Like, they think they're protesting police brutality, and the police are responding to it by committing even more police brutality. And it's like, it kind of just breaks your heart, and especially when there's nothing you can do. But The Rookie, I give 8.5 out of 10, and this is a weird review. And I'm not sure if I'll post it or not, but if I do, thanks for watching. You guys will play out from my head and subscribe to me over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z TV show review. Thanks for watching.